My name is Estelle Praise. I am an apostle. I am a marriage officer. I am a marriage counselor. I am also a commissioner of oaths. I received a decree that God gave me that said, "Arise, my daughter, for the enemy is in your midst. Go teach my people my word. Teach them faith. Help them to discover their purpose in becoming successful in life. Renew their ability to understand who they are in order to change their worlds, their visions and their dreams. Determine their future and which they can help to enhance themselves. Propel them into empower them with wisdom, with knowledge, with insight and with discernment in order to reach their destinies. All were born with a seed of greatness. However, only those who are willing to pay the price will obtain it." So that is the decree that I received from the Lord, just to go and to teach His people how to discover themselves in becoming who they are in the Lord. But I believe it's for just more than that. It's for people that broader perspective, not just for Christian marriages, but for marriages all over the world, marriages in every sphere of society that can be reached through this organization. The vision of the organization is understanding your covenantal right in emphasizing the law of two versus the law of one in God's perspective way. The Bible says two is better than one. The law of two is so important that when you find it, hold on to it. Don't take it for granted. If two agree on anything they touch in heaven, my Father shall grant it. The law of two is judicial. It is irrevocable. It is determined by God. It is a decree by God. It is an executive decision by God. One cannot go above it. The Bible says two will chase 10,000, where one can chase only 1,000. That means the law of two is so powerful that once you understand it, you will want to get married. And even if you are married, you will want to stay married in that vision, in the vision that you understand. Because why did you get married in the first place? You had a vision. You had a vision of your marriage being successful, your dream being successful, living up to dreams, fulfilling one another, fulfilling your needs and expiring and prospering within the limitations of marriage. And marriage can become limitless to oneself if you understand who you are within it. The vision of the organization is to help couples discover that, who they are inside the marriage, without letting go of your own self, but yet enhancing the next one in discovering that part of him successfully. The mission, first of all, it's an organization with a mission that is basically doing or helping couples or prospective married couples, people that wants to get married, to understand the principles of a marital covenant with both parties within the marriage through reviving. How do I revive the spark of love again in the marriage? How do I revive communication? How do I revive intimacy? How do I revive our finances? So the mission is to help you how to revive that aspect. Then another part of the organization is restoring marriages. How do I restore that which is broken, that which has fallen apart? Which phase has it, which stage has it fallen apart? Which phase has it fallen apart? Has it fallen apart in the finances or in the intimacy or through the family aspect? Which side of the marriage has it fallen apart? So the organization is there is to help you to discover that. Then rebuilding. How is it rebuilt? Is it the foundation that's been perhaps cracked and that you need to restore? How it's part of the marriage needs rebuilding. Perhaps it is broken to such an extent that it's basically there's nothing left over. But if there's just one stone that it can stand on, you can rebuild on it again. Then healing, perhaps healing, the one has hurt the other one to such an extent that the healing has not taken place over years of staying together. Perhaps he has committed adultery in the beginning of the marriage, but to 10 years along the line, and there's still no healing, there's still accusations, there's still conflict within the marriage because healing has not properly taken place. This organization is there to help you to get healed again. Again, empowering. How do we empower people to understand that you can still make the best of it? You can still live happily ever after. You can still love back, bring the love back, bring the finances back, bring the respect back, bring the honesty back in a marriage that all of these aspects has gone down the drain. But you can still say, as long as there is a will for you to want to stay married, you can revive it again. You can empower it, you can rebuild it, you can restore it, you can heal it, and you can do it, become a successful couple in society, and even let others learn from your mistakes by helping you to discover who you are within that marriage. We do it by empowering one another. We do it through seminars. We do it through teachings. And we're saying, there's one-on-one counselings for those people that wants to be restored in their marriages. The objectives of the organization, of this particular organization, is to restore every marital couple that they come across the path or paths. It is to restore them. It is to rebuild them. The objectives is to say that to society, there's too many divorces taking place in every society, in every race, every color, every nationality. There's too many divorces taking place. And yet the beauty of finding a partner that you want to spend the rest of your life with is there. It's out there. People want to get married. People don't want to be alone. So the objectives is to teach people how to stay married, how to find a broken marriage and restore it, how to say we want to give back to society that which has been broken for decades, that has been left along the wayside. Too many couples are living together instead of getting married to one another. And the objective is to say, no, living together is not an option. Yes, couples live together, but what better if they are living together within the boundaries of a marriage? So objectives is to restore marriages, is to encourage singles to get married. The objective of the organization is to help couples to understand their role within it in order to fulfill it. So yes, basically we want to bring the message across as our objectives. We want to bring it across to say that people can get married, want to get married, want to live forever, happily after, and it is within their reach. It is possible. It is possible to live this way. It is possible to help one another. It is possible to restore. It is possible to heal. Our objective is to get many people as much possible, to get them married, get them stabilized, get them focused, living together and enhancing them. And hence you're creating a healing society, a society that can be restored. You're creating churches that can be restored. There's too many churches, that too many single parents in the church, too many broken people in the church. And we want to, as an organization, says it is possible for society to be rebuilt again by starting with marriages. The benefits of this organization is that during this short time of my life and doing this, I have seen how marriages can be restored, how marriages can be revived, how marriages can be saved through this. I've seen the need of it. I've realized there is a much bigger need, a much greater need of saving marriages. Too many times we give up the towel, we give up too easily, we throw in the towel too easily. Too many times we let go too easily. The first upheaval in a marriage, you want to get out. The first crack, you want to get out. The first blame shifting, you want to get out. The first great fight in the marriage, you want to give up. I remember some years ago of a bishop that contacted me, telling me early on a Saturday morning of how he wanted to commit suicide. And the Spirit of the Lord told me, get up, book your plane ticket, fly to this person. And I went there and I flew down, and I was at the airport mall, sitting at the airport, and we sat for hours until the place nearly closed down. And at the end of the time, that marriage was revived, that marriage was restored, and till today they are still married. Till today they are still functioning as a unit, as a couple. And yet this bishop was saying, you know what, you're the only one that could reach to me, because him being the head of a ministry, him being in a leader's role to other ministries, a spiritual father to many other, he did not find a person he could confide in. She could not find a person that she could confide in. Yet their marriage was on the verge of cracking down. The guy was on the verge of committing suicide, wanting to give up everything, and souls would have been lost, a church would have been lost. However, God used me to go and save that marriage. I've seen how a couple that's been divorced for years could remarry again, the same spouse could remarry again. None of the two has married another person, but they could, at the end of the day, could be saved and got married again for the second time to the same partner again. I have seen how people can be rebuilt again. Also, the benefits of the organization is that you will find perhaps that your future husband, your future wife, you will find that by attending the seminars, by attending the teachings, you might find the person that you've been looking for all along. Sometimes we tend to look for a person out there when the person is right here in front. Sometimes the makeup, the package that you want the person to be is not what you expected. Perhaps you wanted a guy with a good solid income, with a big bank balance, with a self-sufficient, and that might not be what God said is yours. You might just find a simple ordinary man that can love you the most, give you the best, or a simple ordinary woman, and yet you want this the image that you have in your mind of what she must be like. So the benefits of the group is, or the organization is, you might just find out the real thing that you wanted is all along right here. It is there. We are there to help you. We are there to assist you. We are there to make you stronger. We are there to rebuild you and to say to you, it can be done. There is so much benefits that you can do. I believe the insecure woman will become secure again. I believe the inferior man feels that he's been king of his ship again. He's a captain of his ship again. I believe that he can walk out with his head taller and says, I can possess the world again. That the world, I can go on there and I can be my man again. I have my self-respect again. Perhaps your first marriage failed due to a lot of things, but who says that the second one is going to fail? The second one might just be the one that you will live happily ever after in the boundaries and find out and discover yourself not making the same mistakes that you've done in the first one, but perhaps even a better one the second time around. Perhaps you have done it twice already and says, this is not for me. I have been married twice. I've been married thrice, and seemingly nothing is falling into place for me. The benefits of the organization is to say, who said that you were supposed to grow old? Who says you're supposed to grow old alone? Sitting just there, just waiting for old age to come, instead of just connecting to other people and find out, where do I really fit into society? Where is she? Where is he? How can I find them? So there's a lot of benefits within it that can enhance you and can help you to come happy again and find the real happiness that's been invading you for years, that you can find it again and become happy and self-satisfied within it. The organization is open for any degree, any person, any nationality, any color, any race, whoever you are. If you feel there is a need for your marriage to be revived, perhaps your marriage is on life support, perhaps your husband is about to walk out, or you are about to give up, perhaps you feel that you want to get married to this person but are not sure, is this the right person to get married to? Feel free to contact us. Their details will be on the screen. There will be a minimal fees will be charged for it. To cover all the costs, it will be charged for it. But please feel free. If there's a need, if you really want to reach out, we are within an arm reach. We are just there, right on the screen, just for you. Okay, just to conclude everything is that we are there for marriages, we are there for singles that wants to get married, whoever you are who wants to get married, for married couples that's already in a marriage but has the need to speak to somebody. Perhaps you have gone to many other organizations and did not help. It did not help you. Perhaps you've gone to see a counselor before, a psychologist before, and have not found necessary help. We not say we know it all, but we say, give us a try. Come and speak to us. Let us help you. Let us see where we can help you in that regard, and see perhaps we might just be the last one that you come to that could revive and save your marriage. We are there to help you to understand the law of two. If you can understand it, if you can understand what is the criteria of the law of two, it is so vast, it's so big, it has got such major impact in a person's personality and understanding who he is within it, that you want to be married, you want to get married. And if you understand that, we are here to say, come speak to us, feel free, pick up the phone call, email, whatever you have to do it so that you can be helped. We are just waiting for your call or for your email. Thank you. Bless you. God bless.